The weak yen. Great for tourists and visitors and anyone getting paid in a foreign currency, but not so great for everyone else living in Japan. When I first came to Japan in 2000, the yen was around 100 to the dollar. Since then, the strongest it's been was around 77 to the dollar, around 2011. Now it is at 157 to the dollar, and it's not just weak against the dollar, it's weak against other currencies as well. The main reason for this seems to be the difference in interest rates between the very low interest rates in Japan and the higher interest rates in other countries. There does not seem to be a good reason for the yen to strengthen, at least in the short term. So it seems like we might be stuck with this situation. And that is bad news for most people living in Japan. Food prices are up, energy prices are up, the cost of living is up. Foreign travel is excruciatingly expensive now, and investing in non-Japanese assets does not seem to be a great deal at the moment. So what can we do about it? Well, not much. It's impossible to accurately predict whether the yen is going to strengthen, stay at this level, or weaken even further. All three are possible. So you're going to need to make your own decision about how to deal with this based on your situation, what you think will happen, and how that might affect your life. I'm going to talk about 3 different scenarios in this video. So people who have large amounts of money in foreign currencies, and for a lot of people, if they own foreign stocks or foreign stock funds, essentially that's what they have, they're going to have seen their net worth skyrocket over the last couple of years. If you're in that lucky situation and you think you might need the money sometime soon within the next few years, possibly because you're going to retire or because you have some kind of fixed expense coming up, like paying for university or buying a house or something like that, it might make sense for you to sell some of your assets just to lock in that yen price and make sure that you have the yen cash available for those expenses, whether they're retirement expenses or buying the house or whatever. Obviously, if you think the yen is going to strengthen, this might make even more sense. And this is something that my wife and I have been doing. We've been selling some of our investments and increasing our cash position because we're getting closer to retirement, and I wanted to lock in that yen amount so that we have access to it if we need it. Now, I might be wrong and the yen might weaken further, at which point we'd be losing money on this. But that's fine because having that money is going to be enough for us. So it's a good enough solution. We don't have to optimize this. We don't have to win in any way. We just need to figure out a solution that's going to work for us. And I think that's what we've done. So if you're saving and investing regularly, but you're still a decade or more from retirement, you probably don't want to sell your investments at this point. Rather, just stick to the plan, keep buying the same investments, because over the long term, the gains in the stock market are likely to outweigh any potential gains or losses from currency movements, especially if you're buying diversified global stock funds. Finally, if you're just starting out and you're wondering if you should invest your weak yen into international stock funds, I think the same argument applies. The potential exchange rate movements are not going to be significant enough to make up for the loss of the investments if you don't invest. By making regular investments, you're going to be able to ride a strengthening yen, do your dollar cost averaging into the investments, and you'll come out ahead over the long run. If the yen stays the same or even weakens further, then any investments you make today would be worth more. So either way, I think it makes sense to get started and invest regularly into something that's likely to grow over time. In short, unless you're close to needing your money, it's not really worth worrying about the exchange rate when making your investment plan. So what we can do is modify our lifestyle. Maybe take fewer foreign trips, travel more in Japan, try to cut our fixed expenses, and maybe defer discretionary spending. We can also try and grow our income, which is going to be the best way to deal with a rising cost of living and higher prices here and abroad. Now, obviously, I would prefer if the yen was stronger, and therefore our monthly investments into our global stock funds would be buying more each month. But we have to deal with reality as it is and not how we would like it to be. So how about you? Have you made any changes due to the weak yen? What do you think we should be doing over the next few months and years? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.